type of goals should students be setting? And if you look at any type of educational information, there are kind of three goals that are pretty common. And I'm going to add a fourth one to the mix, but the three goals are number one, performance goals. And this is really like grade based. You see this, I see this a lot at the secondary level, like I want the A, or as long
Mhm.
as I pass, outcome based results, like I want an A.
Right.
Mastery goals are a little bit more on the learning goals. Normally they're centered around like course objectives or standards. It might be something like revise writing beyond simple grammar fixes to improve overall quality of writing. They fall a little bit more into digging into the content and the specific skills that you're wanting to master at that kind of grade level or content area. And
Mhm.
then the third one is effort and behavior goals. And how much this is kind of those like how much time or what activities will you do to reach these goals. And so when I think about, these are the three that you want to be looking at, and it's not saying pick one, it's not saying pick all, like you kind of have to decide within your class like which ones you want. But I'm going to add one more, and I have the book somewhere around here, the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. He talks about identity goals in this book. And so instead of it being like an outcome or performance goals, he wants you to kind of look at something like, so if it was an outcome based, it might be like, I want to read a book from cover to cover. He kind of offers this idea of creating goals that change your identity. I am a reader, or I want to call myself a reader. And then you start digging into, well, what is a reader? What defines, and that then becomes, oh, a reader is somebody who reads a book from cover to cover. That's kind of a performance goal. Or it's a person who reads every day. That's a behavior goal. But you change that identity of yourself and
Mhm.
saying, like, what would a reader do? As a teacher, you need to decide what type of goals that you want your students to create. Performance goals are easy to create and they're also easy to overlook. You may want to honor those in your class who need to understand, like who need you to understand that they want the A. So you have to hear
Mhm.
their voice. Like if that kid's like, I want the A, I want the A. Okay, I hear you want the A. That's one of your goals. But you want to also let them set that goal very quickly because it's pretty easy. But then make sure that you're redirecting them to be like, well, what does an A student look like? What does it
Mhm.
mean to have an A? So that you're pushing it beyond that just that letter, and you're saying what are the skills that you need to master, or what are the habits that you have to adopt so that you can earn that A. And so as a teacher, honor their voice and that they want the A, but constantly try to coach in and be like, well, what does it mean to have that A, and getting them to shift a little bit to those mastery or behavior skills.